Here we go again, Yannick in the Wild. Brought back by popular demand. And yeah, just proving that I live in the Shire. Hopefully it's not too windy on the mic. Yeah, out on my morning run. What's going on, people? Huaguan, you lickling tings. Yeah, yesterday, in yesterday's video, I was on a run on a hill. You guys thought, hey, do a bit more of this, Yan. You know, you touching grass, I believe the comments are. So here I am touching grass in a vineyard. Lovely stuff. Yesterday we spoke about the reports of Chelsea Football Club changing their plans on the left back because Marc Cucurella is born again. Just look at this stuff, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, born again. And also, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, go check it out. We did some comparisons of the first choice Chelsea wingers, which was interesting. And it's fun doing this, and I'll tell you why. Because when I work every day on football therapy, I sit down and think, what do I want to talk about? What would I want to hear about Chelsea today? And I sort of get into it maybe an hour before filming. So right now, just out on a run. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to talk about in the studio, but I will be talking to you very soon. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the channel Football Therapy. With me, your host Yan, here to help you navigate through the boring international break. But we got Chelsea stories to react to, we got talking points to react to, and it's going to be a good time here with you and me. As you can see here, different green screen background here. Shout out to Matt, I believe it was. Let me just double check his name. Yeah, Matt Cowell, thanks for sending this in, mate. Really appreciate it. Emailed me in this design. So I've got multiple designs that I'll be using to keep it fresh for you guys. And of course, as you would have seen, I did another Yannick in the Wild introduction in today's video. It's helping me because I do go for a morning run. It's a little bit more incentive. The guys like it in the comment section. You guys have been saying, yeah, let's see you outside doing a little intro talking about the previous video or some other stuff before you get into it in the studio. So I can't promise I'll always do it. Who knows? Maybe some urban versions of me in town. Although I'll feel a little bit self-conscious filming myself walking around. Still, you guys dig it. So I've done it. Today's video, we're going to talk about some stories from Caught Offside. They're speaking about Jonathan Tah, of course, a really high-profile German senior centre-back. Oh, the big talking point is Chelsea are good, but they need that goalkeeper. We know. Of course, we're speaking about the striker, but many are still talking about a centre-back. And of course, we have a slightly more senior centre-back in Tosin. Everyone thinks Tosin was a good signing because he was free. He's a Premier League operator, he's a good trainer, he's a good guy, and he's good cover. But I don't think necessarily everyone's clamouring for him to be like a starter in like a top Chelsea side. I'm going to talk about of course, the Colwill and Fofana partnership. You guys know me and how I think that's a great long-term project. I'm going to talk about that, but we're going to read this article, we're going to look at the centre-backs, and we're also going to reference said centre-back target, Jonathan Tah, on X-Value, because that's what I like to present to you guys here on the channel, the stats, and it looks good, X-Value. I like how it's presented, the UI. So it's going to be a good video. I also want to speak a little bit about some odds where Chelsea are currently before the Premier League resumes in terms of top 4 or Champions League qualification, where we are on the odds in the betting market. Though I shan't be sharing any bookmakers or anything, because that's not my style, baby girl. Guys, thanks for joining me as always. Please do consider supporting the content by liking the video and commenting, who knows, sharing. Of course, we have gone over that 190,000 subscribers. So, celebration, félicitations, thanks guys. What an awesome achievement. And thank you to all of you who subscribed and made this possible. It's all about you guys, really, Football Therapy. Of course, road to 200,000 subscribers now. Hopefully we can do it together. It's just wonderful stuff, really. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Let's go, baby! Alright, mate, so I'm not going to share the odds checker website that I'm using because gambling. But, yeah, top 4 odds I want to quickly get into. Of course, Chelsea, because we are sitting in 3rd at present in the Premier League, which, of course, is amazing, really, ahead of schedule. But there is a sort of sobering reality check that we are 10 places above United, but only 4 points. So we need to remember. Spit on my microphone. We need to actually remember, this is not a given. This is not a done deal. But I'm going to read you some odds here from Odds Checker, which is a website that aggregates of odds and gives you the strongest odds of each team finishing where, especially in this market, it's top 4. Now, it could be top 5. It's worth remembering that, especially with the English teams doing so well in Europe, of course, conference, Chelsea are going to hopefully moonwalk that. Europa League, England doing well. Champions League, England doing well. So our coefficient ranking might mean the top 5 in the Premier League qualifies for the Champions League next season. It's just a whole different world, the Champions League now. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet, the new format, but still. So with that, the odds are as follows, and this is the strongest odds for each team, I believe. So, Liverpool to qualify or get to is this saying the top 4? So it's not the top 5, it's the top 4. Liverpool to qualify for the top 4 are 1 to 25 at the moment. So what's that? You put on 25 quid, you get 26 quid back. I wouldn't bet on that. It's pointless. Arsenal are 1 to 10, which I think actually is pretty wild, because Arsenal, this is mental on the best odds here, guys. So Arsenal are 1 to 10 odds on, as in you put on a tenner, you get 11 quid back if they finish in the top 4. Excuse me. And Man City are only 1 to 6. So Arsenal are significantly stronger in the odds than Man City to finish in the top 4. Maybe that's because of Rodri and recent form. But still, I don't know. I don't look at Arsenal this season and think they're just this wicked team. I know Ødegaard's back, but to be so significantly stronger than Man City, I think is pretty wild. Now, Chelsea are the 4th in the list. Chelsea are 8 to 11 to finish in the top 4. Again, it could be top 5, but this is top 4. 8 to 11, which again is very strong odds on. And then it drops off to Tottenham, which are nearly 3 to 1. So we're odds on, and there's a bit of a gap in terms of the drop of odds. So they're essentially the bookmakers are saying, Chelsea will finish in the top 4. Don't know about Tottenham, don't know about Newcastle, don't know about Aston Villa, and then don't know about Brighton and Man United, and then there's a massive drop off from there. Pretty interesting, really, that there's huge faith in Chelsea still. Despite us only being 4 points of 13th, then you don't know what's going to go. I guess people are really impressed with Enzo Maresca. I guess we have been through quite a difficult run, and we got quite a good run now, I suppose. But I still and we've obviously got massive squad strength and depth. Still though, I'm not I'm very pleased with how things are going, but I'm not massively convinced that we're going to absolutely kill it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit wary still. I'm happy, but wow, that's very interesting to hear that there's such faith in Chelsea from the odds makers that we will finish in not even just the top 5, the top 4. Well, hopefully they're right. What, boys, girls, ladies and gents? Caught offside. Here we go. I'm going to read an article here. Exclusive. Chelsea are in active negotiations to beat Manchester United to the transfer of world-class Bundesliga star. It goes as follows, and this is by Mark Bruce, or Bru, depending on how you pronounce his name. Chelsea are understood to be leading the race for the potential signing of Bayer Leverkusen centre-back Jonathan Tah after entering into active negotiations over a deal. Tah is due to be out of contract with Leverkusen at the end of the season, and he's technically free. Woo! Another free transfer centre-back that's late 20s and good. Possibly. We look better than United. Amorim, though, and they have more space to start because they're going to play a back three, probably with Amorim. So it's interesting to see what happens here. Chelsea are looking to beat off their rivals for the deal. Caught offside. Have been told. Exclusive. We've been told. The Blues are making early efforts to try and move into a strong position for Tar, who is also attracting interest from other big clubs such as Manchester United, Newcastle United, Tottenham Hotspur, Bayern Munich, Juventus, and Real Madrid. By the way, it's like worth mentioning Tar was like, the most important centre-back in a invincible league-winning season, like serious business now, and obviously he's a Germany international and whatnot. The 28-year-old has been a world-class performer for Leverkusen for some time now, and his departure would be a huge blow for the club, but it seems they're struggling to convince him to stay. Chelsea could do with strengthening their defence, and Court of Side understands them. Chelsea are making one of their top targets, Tar one of their top targets. Easy for me to say, alliteration there. Even if there will be plenty of competition for his signature in the weeks and months ahead, Tar is understood to be happy at Leverkusen, but with no final decision made yet on his future, and with Germany international keen to explore new opportunities of his career. It's worth mentioning as well, amazing story. He's 28, okay, so this guy, he's 28. This is like when Eden Hazard was like, I love Chelsea, but it's now or never. I'm 28. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if Jonathan Tar, that's the situation. Xabi Alonso is gonna leave, surely. I think he might go to Real Madrid. In the summer. That's my personal gut feeling. They are not as good as they were last season. There was that fairy tale run. That seems like I wonder if he's going to feel like, right, I had an amazing, timeless fairy tale story at Leverkusen. A little bit like, I don't know, Mahrez and Kante at Leicester when they won the league. And then they went off to like Man City and Chelsea or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if he's thinking a little bit of that. Because otherwise, he might be thinking we're not as good as we were when we were invincibles. Do I have time to hang around and try and get good again? Or do I take... And also, even in Chelsea's wage structure, he'll get a pay rise with Chelsea. He'll certainly get a pay rise at Bayern, United, Real... he'll get pay rises everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So, Chelsea would do well to strengthen their defence in the near future after the relatively underwhelming performances from Axel Disasi, Benoit Badiashile. Tar looks like he could be an ideal option. Even if Tar is not the youngest, he could add quality and experience to the Chelsea Football Club squad, and is a great opportunity on the market as a free agent. Chelsea notably got a good few years out of Thiago Silva when he joined on a free, even when some doubted the Brazilian. Who would have doubted that? Because of his age. And Tar is a lot younger than Silva was then. Yeah, he's 7 years younger than when... How old was Thiago Silva? Was he 36 or 35? Anyway, about my age. Imagine me signing for Chelsea. Be terrifying. And of course, Man United are looking at him as well. So, before we look at Tar's stats, the Chelsea squad... Yeah, Chelsea squad. Good. Look, yeah, so centre-backs... Look, if one of these man go, yeah... Disasi or Badiashile, and then we sign it, and we make a little bit of money, and then we sign Tar on a free. I mean, this is ifs, buts, maybes, hopefuls. Then great. We're going to look at his stats. It's going to be exciting, I think, personally. But I need to remind you guys, and I need to nail my colours to this mast here. Okay, yes. I believe in a thing called love. I believe in Levi Colwill and Wesley Fofana. I believe... Again, Book of Mormon song stuck in my head rent-free. Yeah, I feel like Levi Colwill, very, very high ceiling, great passing centre-back. People talk about him maybe being captain one day. He's probably Chelsea, a little bit hot-headed, which can be good, but also be bad. I think Fofana is a great ball carrier. He's got a goal in him. He's aggressive. And I think it's a really great partnership that's shown promise in early stages of the season. I think systemically, we're a much better defensive team than we were under Pochettino, but that's down to tactics. Whereas... there's clearly massive scope for improvement in the partnership, in the development of two very talented young centre-backs. And the goalkeeper's the goalkeeper. We know the friggin' story with the goalkeeper. I'm fully in on these two young players creating dynasty together. I've said it before, and I just want to nail that. Again, maybe if one needs to drop out and you just need to like have one guy in there, a senior guy in there for a while, could it be Jonathan Tah? Well, let's look at his X value page here. This is him this season, so how he's playing right now. The player functions, ball stealer, he's a first line breaker, hard breaker. Yes, so usually it's 100% on a profiling thing, but he's split up here, so he does a bunch of stuff. His key metrics, tackles, interceptions, fouls, passes into the defensive half, very strong. As you can see here on his performance spider chart, he's basically the shape you want from a centre back, certainly recoveries and aerials. For example, carries would be something strong by Wesley Fofana. Passes very, very strong as well. Now, if you look at his heat map here, I believe he plays in the middle of a back three. Look how high he's pressing up there. So lots and lots of passing and dominant player. We are going to look at his stats here per 90. Here we go. As you can see, his polar chart here, very, very impressive, guys. Passing very good. Passes P100 very good. Tackles super strong. XG block super strong. Carries okay. That is pretty strong for a centre-back, and passes, and he's really good for progressive passes. So he's a good defender, but his passing is wildly good. And what does that say to you? Enzo Maresca will be thinking, passing? He will love that. Goal scoring, non-penalty XG per shot. It's top 2% for a centre-back, but obviously he's a centre-back. Progression, pretty strong. Expected threats from passes, very strong. Duels, let's have a look here. 93 percentile, 96 percentile. Again, very strong. And if he is playing in the middle of a back three, usually they're more sweepery, but to do all of that is great. And defensive actions, counter pressing, not that great, but whatever, might be the stylistic thing. Percentage of XG blocked, elite, 97th percentile. So what do we know about that? A good defender, a very good centre back, a very, very good passer, and a senior leader. Now, if he would cost loads of money, if it was like, Chelsea are looking at Jonathan Tah, the could be an option for them. Say he had 4 years left on his deal for 60 million. I'd be like, okay, we're looking at a high-profile centre-back. Surely Chelsea we need. But the fact is, he's going to be a free transfer as things stand. And apparently we're leading the race. Caught offside. Do what you will with that news. But what I will request of you is to comment down below your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this potential transfer. Do you think, no, look, let's cultivate Wes and Levi with a little bit of Tosin in there, and let's get some, try and re-sign Josh Achimpong and have another young player in rotation for the B team, rather than these higher profile, expensive Monaco boys in Disasi and Badia Shield, mate. Let me know what you think. Please do comment down below. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for supporting the content. Let me know what you think, and let me know your thoughts. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my second channel, Football Yannick, and Instagram handle Football Yannick. And I'll see you in a bit. Mwah! Peace.